that. Hello again, everyone. Great that you can join the session today. I'm going to update you on our Maldives hotels so that when we can travel there again from the UK, you know all about it. We've got 3 islands in the Maldives. One of them is a Banyan tree island and 2 of them are Nxana branded. And what you can see just behind me there is 2 of them actually, Banyan tree and Nxana Uhuru. They are our North Malay islands. So to start off with, I'll just tell you a little bit about Banyan tree and what's unique about it. So Vabinfara is the island on the right in this picture, and Nxana Uhuru is the island on the left. They're about less than a kilometre from each other, so they're sister islands. For both of them, access is really easy and hassle-free. It's a 20-minute trip by speedboat, and that's it, and you're there. Banyan tree Vabinfara is very much, the concept is barefoot luxury. It's laid back. It's got a very natural feel. It's very authentic Maldivian, and this is exactly what we want to create. It's not a bling island, and you'll see in a second what I mean. It's a very natural experience. It's boutique in size. There are only 48 villas. All of them have a private pool. All of them have a private jet pool, and they are 100% private, and they all have direct beach access. Banyan Tree Spa is obviously something that's not to be missed for anyone visiting Vabinfara. We have a number of free non-motorized water sports and equipment that our guests can hire. We've also got a 5-star PADI dive centre on the island, and we do offer the PCR tests as well at Banyan Tree Vabinfara. So this is what our villas look like. So like I said, it's got very natural feel, thatched roofs, bamboo fences, lots of natural materials that are used. And the pool area here, the jet pool, that is completely private, as in a private garden, so you're not overlooked by anyone. This is our ocean view villa, and our beachfront pool villa is exactly the same villa, same size, same decor. But the sala that comes with the villa actually stretches out onto the beach. So you're right there, and depending on the tide, you might be sitting on your sala and you've got the water just below. The board basis for Banyan tree Vabinfara is half board. There is a supplement for those wishing to upgrade to full board or all-inclusive. What we do offer is a dine-around option with a sister island next to us, Nxana Uhuru. But at the moment, because of COVID regulations, that isn't possible. So we're not allowed to run our boat transfers at the moment. When restrictions are lifted, we expect that to be lifted as well, and guests can go from one island to the other again. The restaurant and the bar here, again, it's got very laid back feel. You can see the sand in the restaurant, so there's no tiles, it's all sand. Our staff, our waiters wear flip-flops, so it's a really chilled out but luxury experience. Apart from the restaurant, what is really popular with our guests is the destination dining, so private dining. We're very fortunate because we have our own sandbank nearby. So we can take guests to our private sandbank for breakfast, for lunch, for dinner, for any other kind of celebration. And this is truly special because we only do this with one set of guests, so there's no one else around. And then on the right, this is a sala that comes with each villa. So if you can't be bothered to walk to the restaurant, you could have your dinner under your own sala, just a few steps from your villa. Our marine lab, it was the first one that was funded and built by a private resort. And we work with a number of marine biologists, of scientists on various conservation projects, turtle conservation, reef shark conservation, coral planting, and a lot of the activities or projects we run is something guests can get involved in during the stay. Every afternoon there's stingray feeding by the team. That's what you can see here. There's coral planting, there's guided snorkeling. We do a reef cleaning session as well. So lots of interesting experiences for guests. We have our own catamaran, Kahanbu, which is very popular for the sunset cruises, but you can also go on a day cruise or overnight stay. And I mentioned a spa already. What's really lovely about the spa here is that the treatment rooms are open air. So you're not in some kind of music with a CD playing in the background. Your audio is the waves and the birds. So it's a really naturally relaxing environment. To sum it up, so it's an authentic Maldivian experience, a Banyan Faroe. It's very laid back. There's only 48 villas. The villas, I forgot to mention, they take up to 3 people. So if we have a family of 4, they would in theory have to take 2 villas. So it makes it really ideal for couples and honeymooners rather than families. And then we hop over to Angsani Huru. So as I said, this is just it's less than a kilometre away. The island is even slightly smaller than Babin Faru. It's a perfectly round shaped island. Here also it's very much a focus on authentic Maldivian experience. And the one thing that does really stand out for this island is the house reef. The reef is really pristine. It's very well preserved. It's fantastic for snorkelers, for diving. So it's a real draw for guests to stay at the island. We also have our own shipwreck, on more of that in a minute. We only have 45 villas, again, very boutique. It's never, hasn't got a crowded feel at all. The spa here is an award-winning Angsana spa, and similar to Babin Faroe, there's also a number of free activities and equipment guests can use. So there's various things, and as I explained, guests can usually go over to the other island and go snorkeling, diving, and try out other activities, but because of COVID, this is of course restricted right now. Villas here, our villas take up to 4 people. So this is perfect for families, 2 adults with 2 children, works really well. All of them have direct beach access, and some of our jet pool villas have this lovely jacuzzi in their private garden. The concept for both of our Angsana properties, it's an all-inclusive board basis, includes your breakfast, lunch, afternoon tea, dinner with standard drinks. And for next year, we've simplified our all-inclusive packages. There's only 2 upgrade options that gives you various other benefits and credits and savings as well, plus a dine around option to then go over to go to Babin Faroe. There's 1 restaurant and 1 bar here. And yes, the shipwreck I mentioned, Ranamari shipwreck, it's a real selling point for us. This is just 10 meters from the house reef. The house reef itself, you've seen in a picture, it's very close to the beach. It's very easy to get to, and it's great for maybe not so experienced snorkelers and divers. And the shipwreck here is 26 meters depth. It's a bit of a mystery how it got down there, because in 1999 it was supposed to be submerged, and the evening before the event it sank. So it's been down there ever since, and it's home to thousands of marine creatures. So if you've got dive crazy clients, definitely mention that to them. I think it's an easy sell because it is really unique. And then we move over to Angsana Vilavuru. So Vilavuru is in the south of the Maldives. It's South Hilandi Atoll. It's either 40 minutes by seaplane or half an hour by domestic flight, and then 45 minutes on a speedboat. So just to tell you a bit about what is unique here, it's sold on all-inclusive basis as well. And we did, in 2019, we did a major renovation, including the rooms. We've upgraded some of our villas to pool villas with a lovely infinity pool facing the ocean. We've also built a new communal pool, which our other islands don't have. So this is a fantastic feature to have. And Anxana Villavro is basically 2 resorts in one. So we have the island on one side with villas on the beach, all with direct beach access. And then we have the overwater villas called in ocean villas. And they are the first and the only self-sustainable water villas in the Maldives. They have their own restaurant, they have their own bar, you can have spa treatment in your room. So there is really no need to go over to the island, but of course guests can access the island, and every hour there's a boat transfer between the island and the water villas. Also, it's a very family-friendly island. We have interconnecting villas. We have 2 and 3 bedroom options here as well. Concept, again, is very authentic Maldivian. It's a barefoot island, very chilled out. And one other point I think it's good to mention also, for clients that may be a bit hesitant in general to go to the Maldives and think, oh, it's boring, there's nothing to do. Anxana Villavro has over 101 activities for families, for couples, for young and old. So there is something there for everyone to do, including tons of water sports and also different activities you won't find in other islands. So that's definitely a big argument. There is lots of things to do to keep people busy for a week or 2. And then finally, Villavro has been voted as one of the Maldives' top Instagrammable locations. So for those in love with social media, there's lots of great spots to find on the island. So that's an aerial shot of the island. So the main pool is the top right. The villas are dotted around the island. We've got our own football field as well, where there's matches every afternoon. And our 3-bedroom villa is to the very left. So it's a great location because it has its own tip of the beach. And then the in-ocean villas. So as I said, every hour there is a boat transfer from the island over to the water villas. There's a separate restaurant and bar here. It's mainly 1-bedroom villas, except the ones to the very left on that triangle. Those are the 2-bedroom villas. Okay. And this is what the new infinity pool villas look like. So they are beach facing, it's very contemporary style, and it's also to the side of your pool is fairly private because you've got the fence in between villas. And that's just an aerial layout of the 3-bedroom villa. Has 2 king-size bedrooms and then an interconnecting twin, which is great for families, private pool. And as I said, it has that own little stretch of the beach. The in-ocean villas are like penthouses over water. That's a good way to describe it. Lots and lots of space, private rooftop, your private pool facing either the island or the ocean, and its own little access into the ocean, which is right next to the reef. Okay. It is all inclusive, and there's a number of restaurants to choose from, plus dine around options for guests wanting to go from the island over to the water villas. We've got a lovely floating breakfast, so for those that can't be bothered to walk to the restaurant, they can have it served in their own pool, and then there's various private dining available as well. And this here is our main pool. So this is what's been created in 2019. It's a real hub in the resort. It's very popular with families. You can see to the right, there's a little children's pool with bean bags and parasols for the kids. So it's a really popular spot. And this is it on our Maldives properties. I've got my details here, so do get in touch if you have any questions. We also have a dedicated Facebook group called Banyan Hotels and Resorts, UK and Ireland Agents, where we post news and special offers and competitions and so on. So if you are on Facebook, do feel free to join that. So I'll just run you through my questions. What is the standard board basis offered at Banyan Tree Vabinfaro? Is it bed and breakfast, room only, all inclusive, or half board?
Angelica, we can't see that.
Okay, let me try again.
Yeah, we can see that now.
Sorry about that. So what is the standard board basis offered at Banyan Faru? Bed and breakfast, room only, all inclusive, or half board? Okay, I think everyone has voted now. So it is indeed half board, and like I said, we have a supplement for those wanting to upgrade to full board or all inclusive. Okay. Right. And the second question. What is the name of the shipwreck just outside the Angsana Uhuru House Reef? Is it Runamari, Runaway, Runamuri, or Sinkaway?
Angelica, we can't see that one.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay. So that shipwreck that I mentioned, it's just 10 meters off the house reef, so super easy to access. And I'm not sure if it's the only one in the Maldives, but it's certainly the only one that you can access from a resort island. And the correct answer is Runamari shipwreck. So with Runamuri, you were close, but it is Runamari. Okay. Right. And then the next question. Okay. Where at Angsana Vilavru can guests enjoy a floating breakfast? Is it in the lagoon? Is it in the private villa pool? Is it on the rooftop? Or is it in the bathtub? Okay, I think most of you were listening. It is in the private villa pool where you can have your breakfast brought to you, and it floats. So you just waddle out to your pool and have that served. In the lagoon, it might be an idea, but I think you could float a little bit far. So we might have to do a few test runs on that first. Okay, and I'll give you another question. Sorry, we've just had that one. Okay, which of the following activities is included in the basic all-inclusive plan at Angsana Vilavru? Is this standard paddleboarding? Is this stingray feeding? Is it the Bodabero Maldivian drumming? Or is it all of the above? Okay, fantastic. Yeah, it is all of the above. And the last question is, we have one 3-bedroom villa that can accommodate up to 6 guests. Where do you find that? Is that at Angsana Uhuru, at Banyan Faru, at Angsana Vilavru, or at the Ocean Villas at Angsana Vilavru? Okay. Yeah, so very, very mixed answers. The correct answer is it is at Angsana Vilavru. It's on the island, and it is the villa that has its own little stretch of beach at the tip of the island that I showed you. So that can easily take a family of 6 with 3 separate bedrooms. And that's it. So thank you very much again.
Thanks, Angelica.